Hey, I'm not really one for car videos usually, but there's been a lot going on the last few weeks. It's been about 3 weeks since I last posted something on YouTube. I'm sorry about that. I've done a few interviews. Some of you saw me with Seren. Some of you found me with Nappy Headed Jojoba. I'm really grateful for those opportunities to come to you guys. Costa Rica has been, like most countries, grappling with what to do about COVID and the proper way to respond to it. And so I'm just going to, catch you guys up. So, with the brief opening of things, we finally got our car back. I'm sitting in it right now. It was an absolute shit show nightmare, as I had mentioned, but here I am. So we got our car back just in the nick of time. The plan was to reopen the country the end of June, the end of June, but that actually got pushed back to August 1st. And now they're talking about which countries will be allowed to enter. They were supposed to make that announcement a week ago, and what they decided was, yes, we will open August 1st, but we'll select and decide who we will allow in the day before. So officially, currently, it's August 1st. They're talking about opening. They also went back to the more stringent restrictions on driving, which, I finally got my car back and now I can't go anywhere, which really sucks. They were talking about, no, they've actually enacted that you can't be on the road past 7 p.m. on weekdays, and on weekends, restaurants and such are closed. They have to be closed. You can't go in and eat. It's only for delivery. Or takeout. So that sucks. A lot of they had opened the beaches briefly. Now it's back to 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. What other restrictions? Oh, whereas before you did not have to wear, you weren't obligated to wear a mask to go into the grocery store and some other businesses. Now it's mandatory mask use all the time. No exceptions. The weekends, restaurants, like I said, are able to do takeout, and they don't allow people to come in and sit and eat, and pharmacies and grocery stores are open, but other than that, that's it. No non-essential businesses are allowed. So that sucks. I mean, I understand, the reasoning, but as an individual, it sucks. It definitely complicates things. The feiras are still open as of right now. These new requirements are going to be in place until July 13th. But that could change. They may extend them, or they may create new ones. Sorry, I had a call come in. What else is new? There's still no word about when schools are going to be back in session officially, so kids are still just out. And my personal opinion and what I personally think is going to happen, and which is really frustrating, but it's just kind of what I think it is. I don't think that they will be allowing Americans in until the end of the year, possibly the beginning of next year. I think they're going to open it up to Canadians and Europeans, but I don't think that they're going to be allowing Americans in until the end of the year. And so what I've been suggesting to people, I've also gotten a huge wave of new people, just to kind of give you guys a full view of what I do. As you know, I am an international relocation specialist, and that applies to any country in the world. It is literally my profession, but I also am a spiritualist. I do spiritual work as well, tarot, divination, other things. And they're not separate, they're together, because helping people figure out where in the world they'll feel most comfortable, where they will thrive, is also an operation of spirit and intuition. And so I just hope that that's respected and appreciated, because it's a part of the work that I do. What I've been encouraging my clients, and I've had a boom in clientele in the last month or so, this is the time, while we are all still held in place and we are feeling and experiencing the restriction, now is the time to take advantage of this time to get clear about what it is that you really want, and to put a plan together. If you are feeling drawn and you are feeling a call to leave and go somewhere else, but you don't know where to start, if you go to my Instagram, I have a highlight that gives like the basic 1 through 4 of where to start, and I'll just briefly go over it here. Number 1, you want to listen to your intuition and choose 4 countries without questioning why. You want to choose the 4 countries that you are most drawn to. Write them down. Then after that, you're going to write your life needs list. This list is to entail exactly the kind of life that you want. Right now, if you could change whatever you could, what would you change? What are the things that you interact with on a daily basis that you feel you will still need to have wherever it is that you move? Life needs list needs to encompass everything. Things that you have right now that you need, things that you don't have that you want. That list is critical, and I'll tell you why in a second. So after you've done your list, then you're going to look at minimum 50 years, but preferably 100 years of history on those 4 countries that you're drawn to and that you're interested in. Why do I say that? Because if you think about it, 50 years in American history has us right smack dab in 1970. Think about what was going on in the U.S. in 1970 and compare that to what's going on right now. When you know the history, you know who and what that country is. And you'll have a better idea of what they will do in the upcoming inevitable financial crisis that's coming all over the world. It's going to affect many different countries many ways. So it's really, really important that you have understanding from a factual place, not from a romantic perspective, on the history of the country that you're considering moving to and investing in. So after you've done that 100 years of research on those 4 countries, you're going to look at that life needs list and compare the things that you need to what that country has to offer. And you're going to narrow that list down from 4 to 2. When you get to 2, then you're going to start looking at the cities, the major cities, what they offer, and you're going to look at the same things that you did. When I say do 100 years of research, I mean the GDP, I mean how they handle their social programs, what their school systems are like, what minimum wage is, how they handle natural disasters. I mean everything, everything, everything. You're going to do that with the cities so that then you'll have the information that you'll need to figure out what budget. Everyone asks me, Marina, well, I need to know how much money I need. What's my budget? Well, it depends on where you're going. It depends on where you're going. I can't tell you without first knowing where you want to go, right? So do those steps. Those are your first 4 steps. You're going to narrow it down to 2. And then you're going to go back again and check in with Spirit and see what your heart is telling you. So I hope that this information is helpful. I promise that I will be more consistent with posting. If you're looking for me and you want more frequent access or you have questions, you can leave them here in the comment section. I promise I'll respond. Go and follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. It's at The Global Black Girl. And my website is theglobalblackgirl.com. It's the exact same. I keep it simple. Patreon is also The Global Black Girl. We are very active. We have several groups going right now where we're able to have conversation, build community with other people who are also like-minded and considering and planning their move. We have a book club going. We're very active over there, so check me out on Patreon. And I really hope that this has been helpful, and I will be checking in with you guys as things continue to change. Have a really great rest of your day, and remember, use this time to get your plan in order. Make a commitment to yourself and stick to it. You are a divine creator, and you have the right to want better than what you've got right now. Have a good one.